Some of the most dangerous money laundering schemes weren't hidden in the shadows. They were right in front of us. In this video, we look at real-life cases that almost went undetected and what they teach us about strengthening our AML frameworks. Case 1, the private banker and the missing red flags. This case highlights the One Malaysia Development Berhad scandal. Billions of dollars were laundered through shell companies and real estate enabled by private bankers. Control weaknesses included KYC failure and no enhanced due diligence on politically exposed persons. The lesson learned was that even respected clients need risk-based reviews. Politically exposed persons require higher scrutiny. Key controls highlighted by this case include enhanced due diligence, relationship manager oversight, and board escalation. Case 2, the structuring scheme in plain sight. A small business deposited just under $10,000 daily for months. The bank failed to file a suspicious activity report until auditors noticed the pattern. Control weaknesses included loose transaction monitoring rules, and the staff ignored structuring red flags. The lesson learned was that structuring needs proactive detection, not just thresholds. Key controls highlighted by this case include rule tuning, alert sensitivity, and frontline training. Case 3, the shell game that fooled the bank. A money service business, MSB, appeared low risk, but layered funds through multiple accounts. It was a front for narcotics proceeds. The biggest control weakness was over-reliance on self-reported activity during onboarding. The lesson learned was that not all registered MSBs are compliant. Know their customers and their patterns. Key controls highlighted by this case include KYCC, Know Your Customer's Customer, site visits, and regular reviews. Case 4, the luxury real estate laundromat. Anonymous LLCs bought high-end condos with no mortgage. No suspicious activity reports were filed until law enforcement flagged the purchases. Real estate was seen as low risk, and ownership was obscured. The lesson learned was that real estate is a laundering favorite, especially when purchased in cash. Key controls highlighted by this case include beneficial ownership transparency and geographic risk scoring. Case 5, sanctions evasion via front companies. A global bank facilitated transactions with shell companies connected to sanctioned entities, Iran and North Korea. $9 billion in fines ultimately resulted. Control weaknesses included inadequate sanctions screening and poor override tracking. The lesson learned was that sanctions evasion can happen through layering and front companies. Key controls highlighted by this case include deep ownership screening, auto updates to OFAC lists, audit trails for overrides. Lessons across all cases. What ties all of these together? Controls that existed but weren't enforced. Data that existed but wasn't analyzed. Patterns that emerged but weren't flagged. Your AML program is only as strong as your ability to apply judgment, training, and follow through. For more information, reach out to John Hurt on LinkedIn.